Hello, this is Mike Live. Today I'm going to show you how to make a throwing star shuriken in Away 3D. So the first thing you want to do is go to Google, go to images, type in shuriken, and just grab a few shurikens and find one you like. Now of the three here, the most complicated one to build in Cinema4D is going to be this one right here. So let's go ahead and build that one. So first thing you want to do is do a little bit of image work. So let's open this up in Photoshop. Let's right click and open it in Photoshop. And let's take a look at the image. So I have my shuriken in Photoshop. The first thing I want to do is check its size. So let's go to Image and check size. So right now I have a 370 by a 370 in terms of pixels, and I'm pretty happy with that. I wanted it to be square because I'm going to bring it into Cinema4D on a plane and model from that plane. So that's pretty good. The next thing I want to do is actually do a little bit of manipulation work here. So I'm going to go to Layers panel right here. That's F7 on your keyboard. Let's just create a new layer. And we can get rid of this one right here. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of this red. I don't want that background. I can do that a number of ways. A lot of designers like to use this quick selection tool. I'm just going to use the magic wand. So I have a red background and I'll get rid of it. I have a tolerance of 80, which is pretty high, and it's going to look pretty ugly, but that's okay. I'll show you how to fix that in a moment. So delete key, and I have white in the background or transparent. I don't want that. So let's go ahead and get some material. So I'm going to come down here to my little fill parameter here. Click on that, and up will come my colors palette. I'm just going to choose a palette from the actual shuriken itself. It really doesn't matter what you choose. A little bit grayish would be fine. And just dump the paint bucket right onto it. And you have a nice little background. I like that to be just a little bit darker, so let's go back and make that just a little bit darker. Bring this over just a little bit. Let's bring that down. Hit OK. And now let's try it. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, that's not going to go on the image well, and what's going to happen is we actually use this actual image as the texture for the star that we make in Cinema4D. So I actually want to do a little bit of blurring of the edges, and this just comes from experience. You blur the edges, and once you put it on the model, it actually looks a little bit nicer. So I'm going to come along here and use my blur tool. So pull that from here, and there's a little blur tool. And I'm actually going to come down here and bring this up to about 300 so I can get closer on the image. And I'm just going to blur away. And I'm just going to blur the edges right here, and it actually will look nicer. It looks like I'm losing some image quality here, but as I blur the edges, it actually will look nicer in the end. Okay, so just kind of blurring some of the edges there pretty quickly. Alright, and once you've done that, I'll let you go ahead and finish this exercise. Once you've done that, your image should look like this. So everything's blurred, and I'm ready to put that right onto my texture. So let's go ahead and bring this texture into Away 3D, use it to model our shuriken, and then use this texture that we've created to place right onto the actual model we create. So we actually have the photographic image on the Cinema4D model.